me ask you a question. When you have a personal conflict with someone, how do you handle it? Well, chances are you spend a great deal of time negotiating a compromise, or maybe you just argue until one of you walks away the winner.
What if, say, you have an issue with a mechanic, a retail store, a plumbing contractor? How do you resolve it?
What if it's more serious? What if you get sued by a neighbor, or audited by the IRS, or you need help settling an estate? Where do you turn?
Do you have the power to influence a national auto chain or a multi-million-dollar clothing store? Would you even know what to do in front of a judge or an IRS auditor? Wouldn't it be great if you did?
Well, you can with the Primerica Legal Protection Program, a revolutionary product that levels the playing field, balancing the power for you and for me and for all North Americans.
The Primerica Legal Protection Program is the result of a partnership between Primerica Financial Services and Prepaid Legal Services Incorporated, a New York Stock Exchange company that's been working to balance the power for people just like you for more than 30 years.
Well, prepaid legal is the same thing to attorney's fees that medical insurance would be to doctor bills. I founded the company in 1972 because I realized that there was a real need for middle-income Americans to have access to the legal system, that they were basically shut out of the legal system because they just could not afford the price. So that's what the prepaid legal service membership does. It makes legal services affordable to middle-income America.
Some of you might hear prepaid legal and think, I've lived my whole life without having an attorney. Why would I pay in advance for something I've never needed?
Well, because it's really not about whether you absolutely have to have an attorney. It's about whether having an attorney could make a difference by empowering you to make better decisions, resolve conflicts, and have peace of mind.
Bad things happen to good people, and good people get into situations that just require an attorney.
We have legal situations all the time, but we don't think of them as legal situations.
It makes me feel wonderful to have the protection and peace of mind and to have someone watching my back.
They've truly balanced the scales, leveled the field.
Gives everybody out there access for pennies on the dollar to be able to get access to good advice and counsel so they can make good decisions and get ahead like everybody else.
Making good decisions and helping people get ahead are key philosophies of Primerica Financial Services. And the Primerica Legal Protection Program is designed to do exactly that.
By empowering you with access to an attorney for any situation where legal advice could help, regardless of how large or small the issue may be.
Think about it. If you were told one thing, but the lease you signed says another, who has the power?
And when that furniture you just bought falls apart and the manufacturer won't honor the warranty because they don't believe your story, who has the power?
Or when the dry cleaner ruins your favorite shirt and tells you it was just dropped off that way, who has the power?
Well, if they have an attorney and you don't, they have the power. But who's going to go hire an attorney at a few $100s an hour over a $200 repair or a $40 shirt?
You just won't do it, and they know it. It's not about who's right or what's fair. It's about who has the power.
Well, with the Primerica Legal Protection Program, you have the power. It's a balance of power that protects your legal rights.
Lady of Justice, the scales are a little bit more balanced now.
Having a prepaid legal membership allows you not to be pushed around. It allows you to push back and stand up for your rights.
They can help better the outcome of many situations where you wouldn't normally leaf through the yellow pages at $100, $200, $3 an hour and pick up the phone and call an attorney.
There are several benefits of the Primerica Legal Protection Program, all designed to help you protect your quality of life by preventing legal situations from becoming a legal crisis. First is legal consultation and legal assistance services. Under this area of coverage, you get toll-free phone consultations on an unlimited number of matters. That means anytime you have a question, you get answers. Not sure how to handle a situation at your child's school? Call your attorney. Want some advice before you file a complaint with the city? Call your attorney.
Your attorney will also make phone calls and write letters on your behalf. If your attorney decides that a phone call or a letter from them is the best thing to do, they'll make the call or write the letter. Imagine how much easier it is to persuade that mechanic or contractor when they get a letter from your attorney.
Contract and document review is another great benefit under the legal consultation and assistance benefit. Your provider lawyer will review an unlimited number of personal legal documents, up to 10 pages each, every year. If you're leasing a car, buying a house, or simply don't understand a warranty you received, have your attorney take a look before you sign. You might be surprised what you're agreeing to.
Second is will benefits. You might find it hard to believe, but about 7 out of every 10 adults don't have a will. And this is one of the most important steps you can take to protect you and your family. That's why with the Primerica Legal Protection Program, you can have your will prepared and then have it reviewed and updated each year. Covered family members can also have their wills prepared for as little as $20.
In addition to a standard will, your provider attorney will also prepare for you and your covered family members a living will to make your wishes known to your family and doctors, avoiding the sometimes complicated issues surrounding end-of-treatment decisions. This benefit also allows for the living will to be reviewed and/or updated by your provider law firm once each membership year. A durable power of attorney is another benefit that helps to protect you and your loved ones by authorizing one person to act on behalf of another. And it's available to you at no additional charge and only $20 per document for other covered family members.
Clearly outlining your wishes is extremely important, but having a will doesn't guarantee your heirs that your estate will be distributed correctly or that proper taxes will be paid. So, as part of our commitment to protecting your family's finances, the Primerica Legal Protection Program offers probate services, including preparation of the petition, court appearances to admit the will into probate, appointment of a personal representative, determination of affected parties, notice to creditors, inventory of estate assets as provided by the personal representative, assist with the sale of the homestead real estate by consent of all affected parties, processing the closing of the estate and distribution of assets, including a court appearance and preparation of the state estate tax return for states not required to file a federal estate tax form. And in case of an uncontested probate of a will, this benefit provides unlimited attorney hours for those specific services and up to 25 hours of attorney time per membership year for contested probate.
The next area of coverage is motor vehicle legal services. The first thing most people think of is traffic court, and yes, this area provides assistance with moving traffic violations.
Now, if you get caught speeding, you'll most likely pay a fine or court costs, but having legal assistance can often help you keep points off your record and keep your insurance costs down.
We also understand that bad things happen to good people, and unfortunately, automobile accidents can lead to charges such as manslaughter or vehicular homicide.
So if you ever need to defend yourself against these serious charges, your provider lawyer will be there for you at no additional cost.
Now, it's important to note that the motor vehicle legal services are available 15 days after enrollment, and that they aren't designed to give you permission to be reckless or irresponsible. I mean, your driver's license needs to be valid, your vehicle must be properly licensed, and DUI, DWI, and certain other charges won't be covered under this benefit, but they will be covered under the consultation benefit and the discounted services we'll get to in a few minutes.
The next area of coverage is trial defense services. Know anybody that's been sued? It can be incredibly stressful and financially devastating. Under this benefit, you and your spouse are covered for civil suits and job-related criminal charges. As a new member, you start with 60 hours of attorney time, divided as 2.5 hours for pretrial and 57.5 hours for actual trial time. Each year, that number increases until the 5th year when it reaches 300 hours. Now, this isn't trial time for divorce, child custody, or things like bankruptcy. Instead, those are covered as part of the consultation benefit and discounted legal services, which we'll cover later in this program.
It's difficult to put a value on the trial defense services portion of the membership. I mean, what would you have to pay if you didn't have this benefit? Well, 60 hours could cost anywhere from $12,000 to $24,000. Your total membership fees for 5 years wouldn't even come close to that amount.
Another potentially expensive legal situation is an IRS audit. Now, if you receive that dreaded notice from the IRS, your first instinct might be to call your CPA, which could help. But when it comes to an IRS audit, you need someone experienced in tax law. So as a member of the Primerica Legal Protection Program, you'll receive up to 50 hours of legal consultation, advice, and representation per membership year for personal tax audits.
The Primerica Legal Protection Program is designed to do exactly what the name suggests, protect or defend. However, when it comes to legal matters, sometimes the best defense is a good offense. So if you or a covered family member needs representation as the plaintiff in a lawsuit, your provider firm is available at a 5% discount off their standard contingency fee scale.
Well, that covers the benefits of the Primerica Legal Protection Program. As you've listened, I'm sure it's been easy to see the value of becoming a member. Of course, there are certain conditions and exclusions with each area of coverage. Be sure to review the product brochure for specific details, but any legal issue that doesn't fall within the benefits we've talked about is covered. It falls into what we call the preferred member discount. Now don't forget, you already have access to phone consultations on an unlimited number of matters, but if you need representation for a situation that isn't part of the other areas of coverage, you'll receive a 25% discount off the provider firm's standard hourly rate.
So let me ask you this. How much would you be willing to pay for all these benefits? $100 a month? $200 a month?
Let's turn the question around. If you went to an attorney and outlined our plan, how much do you think they'd charge? Maybe $200 an hour? You know, traditional legal services aren't cheap.
That's why they're usually seen as a privilege reserved for the very wealthy. But they're also important enough for us as a society to provide public defenders for the very poor.
And that leaves 80% of us with a tremendous need for legal advice, representation, and protection at a price that won't affect our everyday lives. That's where the Primerica Legal Protection Program can help.
Various attorneys general who know something about prepaid legal, myself and others, have all taken a look at the plan, and we feel like it's a good plan. It opens up the doors of the courthouse for people. It gives access to justice to people who wouldn't have any access to justice. So we think it's good that those folks in the middle who aren't provided a lawyer, and when they need a lawyer, they can find one. I would think it's a great service.
As a former attorney general, I know a lot of people in the law enforcement community. In fact, I know all the attorney generals across this country. And I'm very impressed by the fact that some of the attorney generals I know are members of Prepaid Legal. Now, you'd think an attorney general, would have all the legal advice he needs at his disposal. No, the fact is, even an attorney general sees the value in having a Prepaid Legal membership for his family. So he has a quality law firm a phone call away for any problems that may arise in his life.
As you can see, this is a comprehensive product designed to protect all of your legal rights. Whether it's a simple conflict with your dry cleaner, defending you in court, or protecting your assets, you'll have the power and confidence that comes with being a member of the Primerica Legal Protection Program.
Access to the system is the key, and that's why wealthy people pay a lot of money to have it, but you don't have to.
All the benefits we've outlined are available for only $25 a month.
That's less than you pay for a cup of coffee a day. And over the course of 1 year, you'll pay less than most attorneys charge for 2 hours of time. It's an incredible value and a proven service.
The Primerica Legal Protection Program is serviced by Prepaid Legal Services, which has provided legal service plans for more than 30 years. It's a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange with over 1.4 million memberships in force in the United States and Canada.
Over the past several years, countless publications and news outlets have recognized the incredible value of the membership. Publications like Forbes magazine, Fortune magazine, Black Enterprise magazine, Individual Investor, and the Wall Street Journal. The list goes on and on.
Prepaid Legal has now been around for 30 years, listed on the New York Stock Exchange, and helping working families achieve access to justice, level the playing field, balance the scales of justice, open the courthouse doors. More than anything else, I believe Prepaid Legal provides peace of mind to a family, a sense of security to a family. For a family to know whatever happens to them as far as legal issues are concerned, for them to know they have a quality law firm, a phone call away. That's true peace of mind, that's true sense of security for them and their family. And I really believe that's what Prepaid Legal is all about.
Prepaid Legal Services began as a personal mission of the founder, Harlan Stone Cipher, after an automobile accident, which was not his fault, left him with costly legal bills.
He learned firsthand that no matter how innocent you are, protecting your legal rights can be expensive.
But he envisioned a way to change the system, a way to give everyone equal access to the justice system and give them the power to face life's injustices with confidence and peace of mind.
The reality is, life is just not fair. Not everyone is honest and bad things happen. But when they do, you don't have to face them alone. You'll have an attorney on your side, creating the balance of power you need to protect your legal rights.
Discover the power of the Primerica Legal Protection Program today. Simply contact the person who gave you this program and enroll. Then you too can balance the scales of justice, have equal access to the system, and enjoy the peace of mind that comes with being a member of the Primerica Legal Protection Program.